Today's going to be an adventure. I'm going to a mall. It's a little bit different than most malls in the sense that, well, I'll just show you when we get there. But it is my first time. I could take a taxi, but what's the adventure in that? Hey, and FYI, here in the city of Veracruz in Boca del Rio, there are no Ubers. No Uber, I can't even talk. No Ubers. So you either have to take a taxi or a bus or walk or ride your bike. So I'm going to take public transportation, which I do all the time. It's going to be an adventure today because I'm not quite sure what bus to take. So I'm just going to go and figure it out along the way. Keep my fingers crossed I don't end up in Texas. I think finding a bus was easier than I thought. I saw a sign on the bus right at the bus stop. Asked the guy in Spanish. He said, yeah, this is it. So I think it's maybe a 15-minute ride. Not too bad. So I'll be there in no time. The name of this mall is called El Dorado, or Plaza El Dorado. This is supposedly more of an upscale mall, and this will be my first time actually going in, so we'll check out the store. All right, where am I going? This way. Car wash. There's a big car wash. So you get your car washed while you go shopping. Of course, like any mall, they have parking for the cars. Okay, remember I mentioned there'd be a surprise? This is a surprise. I showed you the parking lot for the cars. Let me show you a different kind of parking lot. They have a marina parking lot. So people that have money, that have these boats, can park here, come on in and go shopping. Okay, I have to be very, very discreet. I already got stopped by a guy on a motorcycle, one of the guards, telling me I can't shoot any video here. This is kind of common. This happened at another mall as well. I explained to him in Spanish that I was doing a video to promote more about Veracruz and have people who are from other countries to come here. And he said, okay, he said, but indoors I'm not supposed to film. Well, it's kind of like you do it and then you ask for permission later. So he's outside, nobody else knows. I'll do it until I get stopped again. Don't tell anybody. I'm gonna go into the mall and find my friend. He is someone who works at one of the stores, and he's gonna show me around a little bit. He does speak English. There's my friend. Hey, Mario.
Hey there, how are you, Mike?
All right, all right. How are you doing?
Doing great. Nice to see you.
It's good to be here. So what you got going here? What's tell me about your place.
We have toys for other people. So what we do have here right now, it's the ATVs and side-by-sides from Can-Ams.
There they are. I thought you actually had a store and you weren't just in the center like this of this mall. What's going on?
Yeah, we have this is like pretty much like a sales spot, but we also have a big store back there in Jalapa City. Maniac Motors is the name of the company. And we're about to open a new store back here in Veracruz.
Okay, so you're just waiting for that to open and then you're going to be at that store.
Yeah.
All right. Since this is my first time here at the mall, maybe you could show me around.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let's take a walk.
All right. we decided to have some lunch, and at this particular restaurant, man, they have like these huge, huge burgers. This is like gigantic. And yet I ordered a beer, and they gave me a cold glass, but it's one of them short little bottles, and what you're seeing in the glass is the entire beer. I just started laughing. I was like, that's funny. I mean, if they're going to sell smaller bottles of beer, they got to have smaller glasses. That's all there's to it. That's pretty. Look at this. That's it. Half a glass. Well, I'll enjoy it anyway. I finished that little beer, and the hamburger and the fries were really good. And so I thought I'd talk with my friend Mario here and just kind of ask him a few questions that I think maybe you might be interested in. Actually, you and I, we've known each other for quite some time, and you're originally from Veracruz, right?
Yes, I am.
Do you see many other tourists or people that are traveling to Veracruz for vacation from outside of Mexico?
Well, yes and no. There's a lot of people coming from different countries, especially to Veracruz City, because of the ships that they are coming from all over the world. But that's pretty much like business or people working for them, and they stay maybe for a weekend or something like. But there are some people that now are getting interested into the different kinds of activities that the state can to offer you.
Okay, so they're not here on vacation, they're working.
Right.
And
they only have like a couple of days off or something like.
And I've seen that too, where I've actually run into people who are, let's say, from Canada or the United States, but they were working for, doing some business with a local Mexican company in the gas industry or the sugar cane. There's a nuclear power plant that's north of Veracruz. It's the only one in the country, right?
It is.
And so sometimes you'll have technicians down, but those people are working, and then when they have time off, you know, of course, exactly, they might want to go exploring.
That's very much on the time off when they go around.
So unlike Cancun, where a lot of tourists know about it, they go to it, if people came, let's say from the United States or another country to Veracruz, are they going to find a lot of people that speak English? What are they going to find here in the way of their comfort zone, so to speak?
Okay, now it's becoming better than it used to be, because years ago there's only a few people speaking English and some few other languages around the state, and now it's becoming better because they are getting more into the culture of serving and getting in a high-end tourism. So there's now more people in more places that can like help you, or they will understand what you're trying to get to. And now it's getting better and better every time. And also the companies that they already set on the different services, they are getting more concerned about it, and they are training their people to speak different languages.
And tell me about, I know these, but this is for the people watching, so, and since you are local and you are a guide, what can people expect to see here in Veracruz?
It's one of the things that I most love about my state. It's that you can find every kind of ecosystems around here, and you can go from the ocean through the highest mountain in the country in about 3 hours. So you can go from 0 to 8,000 feet over the ocean in about 3 to 5 hours, which is really nice. And if you're lucky, you can see the big mountain, which is named Pico De Orizaba. You can see it from here, from the ocean.
I heard about that, that sometimes actually people working on the big container ships on a clear day can see it from the Gulf of Mexico.
Exactly.
And Pico De Orizaba, I know, is the third tallest mountain in North America, 18,500 feet tall with a glacier on top.
Yes, it's the only one with the glacier on top in Mexico.
Wow. People don't think of snow in Mexico, do they?
Yeah. You don't get to this idea until you can see it.
So what are some of the activities that, let's say, outdoor activities people can do?
What is nice about Veracruz is that you can find every kind of outdoor activities. going from mountaineering, canyoneering, zip lining, river rafting, sports fishing, ATV riding, bicycle, whatever you want to do, we have a spot in Veracruz to do it.
What I really like, because I lived there for some years, is down about 100 miles from here is the Los Tuxos area, which is a tropical rainforest.
Yeah.
And you can hike in the jungle there. You can learn about the medicinal purposes of the plants from the local people. And it's pretty rural down there, isn't it?
And they have witchcraft around there.
Oh, yeah, they do. They do. That's a big thing too, with the shamans and the brujos. Yeah. So there's that superstitious angle.
But now it's becoming more pretty much into a health thing, right? They are taking more care about the people, not taking care about what the way that they can to witch somebody.
Right. Put a spell on them.
Put a spell, that's the right expression. Put a spell on it. So now they're getting more into cure people and to get them well, and that's what they're doing now.
You have the adventurous angle for people that like outdoor adventure, soft adventure, and even more extreme adventure. What about the history, the culture?
Well, I gotta tell you that Veracruz is where everything started. Everything from the Spanish conquer started right here. Right here is the first meeting, where happened the first meeting between people from this continent with people from the other continent. That's that's the state where everything really started. First church, first Catholic church. I mean, first
municipal building.
Municipal building. First, everything started here.
So that's when Spain arrived.
Right.
The people from Spain, Hernan Cortez.
Exactly. That's the very first place where they contact people from this continent. Everything starts from here and goes all around the country, and we have rich culture, we have rich gastronomy, we have rich history, because all of this mixture of Spanish conquerors. We have lots of people coming from different countries and different continents that they brought to work with them. So that's why we have this big mix of different cultures in this state. As
well as the Spanish people to work the different fields here and that brought enslaved people from Africa.
Right.
And so I notice this when you walk around Veracruz. Sometimes you'll see the local people actually have, some of them, not all, but some have slightly darker skin.
Yeah.
And some of them actually just look.
Some of them, they look like African people.
Yeah.
And you can't really notice the difference between one or the other.
Interesting. Yeah. Even though Veracruz is not on the tourist map, and it's the only entry directly from the United States anyway is Houston, so anybody else that needs at least 2 airplanes to get here, whether they fly through Houston or they fly through Mexico City. So it's inconveniently located. How are the hotels here?
Well, we have every kind of services from 1 to 5 stars. Right now, the government is investing in getting better infrastructure around the city, and they are working, how to say it, they are cleaning the city, they are doing everything look better, and they are doing it well. And right now you can find every kind of accommodation over here. You can find luxury accommodations, or you can find the cheap ones.
Right. But it's still a very, very working city in the sense that it's a port. It's one of the most important ports in Mexico, at least on the East Coast.
The main one.
And even to this day, I know if you look out at any time, any day, if you look out into the ocean, you're going to see
a whole bunch of ships,
5, 6, 7, 8 container ships just kind of waiting their turn to get into port to unload and then load up again and then take off. So that's kind of interesting to see as well. Hey, thanks for that insight. You didn't know you were going to be interviewed today, did you?
No, I didn't.
But what the heck. All right, well, I'm going to let you get back to work, and I got to get back to my office too.
Okay.
So
it's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. We'll catch you later.
Okay.
got to check out the mall, got to show you the big marina, and now it's time to catch a bus and go back home. See you later, Plaza El Dorado. Here's the bus.